Sun Devils will put total leather and will get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So the Buffalo Bulls offense comes onto the field first today. As we take a quick look at the impact players for today's game, what players did you guys look for motivation to make an impact during your playing days, Jesse?
Well, it was the guys we relied on each and every week. We came into the season expecting these types of guys to be our biggest weapons, and every week those were the guys that had to deliver for us in order to have success.
And it's just fun to have those guys that are consistent. Like, they lead by example, then they start to learn their voice and lead the team. But every week, guys that you can count on, they punch the clock and they're hungry.
It's a game of first down, and they've got one after their own 37.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on third down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
Down the Dale Morris as he picks up the first down. And the Bulls have their offense in high gear. To the air on first down. Right on the money. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You can find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
The Bulls will have it first and 10. I don't know if it was luck or aggression or just a fortuitous balance, but at least they've got the ball back.
Well, one thing I do know, Reese, this running back's got to do a better job with ball security. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win this game. They're very lucky they were able to jump on top of that.
Nice job by the defense, just being very sound, understanding what they were seeing, and going and getting it. A lot of times these running backs force missed tackles and make you miss and make big plays. This defense did a good job of not letting that happen.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming. They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Right down the boulevard. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0.
And they don't get 7 on that opening drive, but they get 3. And this place is rocking. Night games are always so loud, so obnoxious, and these fans, they get something to cheer about with that first offensive possession.
So Arizona State's offense will have its first possession of the game. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw him, man. So many different ways he could hurt you, and he could be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing tackling.
It's a seam wide open. At the 30. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line. They'll try the run. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Just nothing doing on that last run. They knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot.
Deep shot for the end zone. And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming. Trying to pick up a first down. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. A strike downfield. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep. The Sun Devils have it in scoring position on first and goal. And he is is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchback. Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Gates. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. New set of downs after the completion. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
And the Bulls with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Whalen. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line. Passing game kept the drive moving. Here's first down. Red pass, it's complete. There he goes. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. They'll have to hurry if they want to get another play off before the quarter ends. Leave it with the running back. And they'll make the stop, and we are headed to the end of the first period. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. So second down here as we're back at it after the break. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for the first down. The Bulls have this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. Here we go. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Working that left side now. Touchdown, Bulls. All the way near the end and stroll into the end zone for the score.
It's so nice to have these big playmaking tight ends that are basically oversized receivers. Make a play down the field to him. Huge catch radius, makes the play, and then I love the run after the catch. These guys can do this nowadays. He does the rest of the work and gets into the end zone.
Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spot. They'll open this drive, hoping to move it down the field. A touchdown would give them the lead. Catch in the middle. It's Doyle. Let's take a second about Arizona State. They've climbed into the top 25. Nothing has been given to these guys, but they're quickly becoming a problem for everybody else.
Well, they are, and they earned that number beside their name. They've played really, really well. The question is...
Oh, he's got some space. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the first down.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They'll line up for a second down play. Wants to throw again. Got it in the middle with Stanley. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Sun Devils are moving quickly down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
I tell you, this slot receiver, he really does give his quarterback a nice option. Runs really good routes. He's got nice hands. You saw it on that last play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Makes the grab. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be...
Got it in stride inside the 20. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. We thought we might see some of this. They'll go to the Wildcat formation here. Gets the back moving. On the direct snap, it's Richmond. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it. Couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down spot. So they'll send out the field goal unit. He slides that just inside the right upright. And that's going to tie it up. And we're all square as he's set to kick it away.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trotting him out.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Wants to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Gay. Oh, the sweet feet. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
The clock winds down to 2 minutes, and we will take a pause for the 2-minute timeout. And the Bulls with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air, extending the play. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and pull it away. It'll be 3rd down. The Bulls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. On 3rd and short, they'll try to convert through the air. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's down to 37.
Slants are very tough to cover, but they become way tougher when you got a big body wide receiver like that. It's almost like basketball where he's boxing you out. He gets inside real quick, uses that big body to shield you off.
And the quarterback will be forced out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage. I think they'll give him a sack. And the Bulls now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Throws to the wideout. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score...
Gets it inside the 10, out of bounds at the 9, and the big pickup on that one. The Bulls didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll make some adjustments. The quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Makes the grab.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. Keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
And it'll right to work up top. Got it in the middle, it's Doyle. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Looking to fire. Caught over the middle, it's Doyle. Ripping off a pretty good chunk of yardage. They've got it out to the 41 with a first down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Looking to throw on first down. Still looking. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The Sun Devils with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Going to swing it on second down. Grant behind the line. It's Richmond. And he's knocked down. They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that third down play. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure's there, and he lets it go. Just had to get rid of that. A good job to avoid the loss. And the Sun Devils will send out the punt unit. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Looking downfield on first down. Snagged in the middle. It's really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. And the Bulls want to pick up the tempo. To the air on first down. Trying to beat the D deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Misfired on first down. Back to the air on second. Going back to the well. Another deep ball. Snatches it up. They finally make the stop. That's what makes those halftime stats look a little bit nicer as we head to the break. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, you've had yourselves a superb broadcast so far today in Western New York.
The Bulls will kick it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Arizona State has the ball back, and the offense making its way onto the field. They got a lot done through the air in the first half, and they might need it. Breaks into the open. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a first down at the 38. Pass completion, move the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw on first down. The short hand, it's Bryant. And a good job in coverage there. They stop it after just a few. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on second down. Back to pass. Left in the middle, it's Doyle. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm.
They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
Well, they pick up the first down there on the screen. I love the offensive line there, allowing the pass rush to get way up the field. They completely baited their guys, made them think that they got beaten, that they were going to get the sack, and then they sneaked the running back streak right in behind them. They got the finish.
Sun Devils trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Off the RPO complete. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Let's see what they do on third down. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Fires one high and deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. And the Sun Devils send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And that one will bounce and roll out of bounds. Let's see exactly where they mark it. The Buffalo offense headed back to the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. There we go! All the way out to the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 15. He had the perfect play to open the drive, and now they'll snap it again from the 38. Pulls it and fires to the left. And he brought one tackle on the way to a solid pickup there. What a weapon these wide receiver screens can be. Not only do you get a convoy blocking, you get dynamic running.
When you do this and you show me the threat of throwing this wide receiver screen, it makes me play defense different. It makes me have more guys out wide, which opens the box inside. So I think it's really smart for coordinators and offenses to continually throw these screens to playmakers.
And the Bulls come to the line on third and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Now with a great opportunity as they pick up the first down. They've got it at the 40. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to go up top on first down. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
Man, a quarterback threw that ball hard, too. And I know sometimes when you're throwing an in-breaking route, you want to get it to your receiver quickly. But when you try to strain and throw it harder, oftentimes your accuracy is what suffers. And you saw it there on the incompletion.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Makes the grab. It's Gay. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain.
And I like the execution by this defense, understanding where the first down marker is. Let him throw the ball short, come up, get him on the ground, forcing a fourth down. Decision time for this offense.
Fires to the tight end. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. The Bulls come to the line with a new set of downs. They try to get it outside on the left. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Hit a little speed bump on this drive. It's 2nd and 12. Here we go, set. We'll send the tight end in motion. To the air on 2nd down. Quarterback extends the play. Going to try to get it in. Always got some space. Nifty little scramble on this one. Enough for the first down. And he slides in safely.
And how about this quarterback, man? He's showing you a little bit of everything. He's had a great day throwing the football, spinning it around, scoring touchdowns, and now shows you he can pick him up and put him down, scrambling for the first down. He's had a day where he's really showing you he can do all things on the football field.
Boy, if that first down play was any indication, they might walk this thing in on 2nd and goal. Zings it complete to the right. And the defense knocks him down immediately behind the line.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. He's a tough, crafty back, but he couldn't find his way to the marker, and it'll be 4th down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Tries to slither forward on the sneak. Sneaks into the end zone.
Make no mistake about it. Bring in the beef, right? Bring in all the extra offensive linemen, the tight end. You know what we're going to do. We're going to line up, and we are going to smash 4th and goal situation. They are successful playing a little bully ball with the big boys up front.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to end
score. And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Turning it on! And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, it's just hard to bring down the open field. What a big game for the offense.
And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Makes the grab. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
And this defense has really done a good job containing this superstar quarterback. But now it's a big-time moment. In the fourth quarter, you know the ball's going to be in his hands. Got to get to him. Got to ruffle his feathers, hit him a few times, make him feel uncomfortable.
Well, trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
Wants to throw on first down. Firing to the right, complete. Didn't pick up a lot there, moving forward just a few. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. Wants to go up top. Got his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. They'll snap it from the 26 on first down. They just keep firing. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
Oh, that's a missed opportunity. You know the quarterback was excited. He saw man coverage. He thought he was going to have an opportunity to come up with a big play, but up front, they could not protect him well enough.
Just a short pass to the tight end. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds a man on the right. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. We thought we'd see a little wildcat formation in this spot, and here it is. Here we go. They absolutely had to have that third down to keep any glimmer of hope alive.
And defensively, that's exactly what I want. Make you get the third down. The clock is your enemy. Multiple possession lead. That is right where I want this offense.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Touchdown, Sun Devils! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board. Before that score, considering last rites, now all of a sudden, they're not dead yet. In fact, they're feeling much better, and they're alive, and they've got a chance.
And I'm looking on the field right now. I'm looking at their sideline. They're energized, Reese. After that last score, all of a sudden, they believe they can come back and win this game. This is a totally different-looking team than what we saw earlier.
Buffalo has it back. Let's see what the Bulls offense can do. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. They trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. And the Bulls can really attack on this 2nd and short.
the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
These situations are preached so much in college football. Finishing a game strong, understanding circumstances. They are running the football right at you, trying to keep that clock moving, get a few first downs, and get it done.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing. Of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game. Running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they hadn't played last week. You're seeing that right now.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles. And those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. Got it into the red zone, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Bulls pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this 3rd down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Didn't make him sweat it all. It's good. And now the lead is even bigger. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
You know, it's funny, in an age where there's so many college football analytics and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down, at the end of the day, it still comes down to managing. Good decision by the head coach here in the 4th quarter. By kicking that field goal, you've now made it a 2-possession game. Your chances of winning this thing have now gone way up.
He wants to start this drive with a pass. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
Quarterback off target on that one. In this 2-minute situation, you've got to be able to call and run passing plays that you feel like you can run in your sleep.
2nd down, he'll throw it. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Makes the catch. It's Stanley. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37. He spikes it, clock stops as they try to rally late. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Let's go! Looking to fire. A deep throw as the clock winds down. Passes incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And I understand the logic by the offense here. Obviously, you're down in this game. You're trying to claw back into it. Why not take a shot? Why not be aggressive in that time? They just can't come up with a completion.
On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Oh, they're after him! And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And here we go. Final play of the game right here. On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Rushes on him. He's taking the deep shot. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball is right on the money. You just have to make that catch. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads. Hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those